Ruth chapter 2 continues the story in Bethlehem during the time of the Judges, shifting from loss and return to quiet provision and unexpected favor. Naomi had a relative on her late husband Elimelech's side, a man of standing named Boaz, from the clan of Elimelech. As Naomi and Ruth settled into life in Bethlehem, Ruth spoke up and said, "Let me go to the fields and glean among the ears of grain, behind someone in whose sight I may find favor." Naomi agreed, saying, "Go, my daughter." So Ruth went out and began to glean in the fields behind the harvesters. As it happened, she found herself working in a field that belonged to Boaz. That very day, Boaz arrived from Bethlehem and greeted the harvesters, saying, "The Lord be with you." They answered, "The Lord bless you." Boaz noticed Ruth among the workers and asked his overseer who she was. He was told, "She is the Moabite woman who returned with Naomi from the land of Moab. She asked permission to glean and has worked steadily from morning until now, except for a short rest." Boaz approached Ruth and spoke kindly to her. He told her not to go to other fields, but to stay close to his female workers. He promised that she would be safe and instructed the men not to touch her. He also invited her to drink from the water drawn by his servants. Overwhelmed by this kindness, Ruth bowed low and asked why she had found such favor, especially as a foreigner. Boaz answered that he had heard of everything she had done for Naomi, how she had left her people and her homeland to care for her mother-in-law. He said, "May the Lord repay you for what you have done. May you be richly rewarded by the Lord, the God of Israel, under whose wings you have come to take refuge." At mealtime, Boaz invited Ruth to eat with the workers. He gave her bread dipped in vinegar and roasted grain until she was satisfied and with some left over. He then quietly instructed his men to let Ruth glean even among the sheaves and to deliberately pull out some stalks for her, without rebuking her. Ruth gleaned in the field until evening. When she beat out what she had gathered, it amounted to about an ephah of barley, an unusually generous provision for one day. She carried it back to town and showed Naomi all she had gathered, along with the leftover food from the meal. Naomi was astonished. She asked where Ruth had worked and who had shown her such kindness. When Ruth told her the man's name was Boaz, Naomi praised the Lord, saying, "The Lord bless him. He has not stopped showing kindness to the living and the dead." She then explained that Boaz was one of their close relatives, a kinsman redeemer. Ruth continued to glean in Boaz's fields throughout the barley and wheat harvests, staying close to his servants, while living with Naomi. Next comes Ruth 3, where Naomi sets a plan in motion, and Ruth steps forward in faith during a pivotal night at the threshing floor.